Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life. It is Saturday, everybody. So, hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a safe Black Friday. I kind of stayed home on Friday. So I'm going to return to a topic I talked about in season 1. And it was hard for me to do that episode, but I think I need to talk about it more, especially in light of recent events. And that's suicide. If you are struggling and you have thoughts of that nature, please reach out to your local suicide hotline or whatever is near you, because that is very important. Your safety is 100% important to me and the people around you, because you matter. And there's a lot of people who are glad that you're alive, no matter what you're going through. Suicide is not an answer, even though for somebody who has suicidal ideation, like myself, it's hard. It's rough. But I'm at the point in my life where I'm able to know the signs and reach out and, suck on my pride. But this episode is not about my bout of suicidal thoughts and whatnot. It's just in general, because growing up, I like Power Rangers. I was a huge fan of a character called Tommy Oliver, played by Jason David Frank. And if you did not know, he took his own life in a hotel room earlier this week. And even though I knew before the official TMZ statement, I didn't say anything until either Variety or TMZ publicly announced it. Because even though I'm not big into drama and those kind of stuff, they are in essence a trusted source, and I don't like to spread misinformation, and I like to do my research, and there's not much you can do just being a civilian with no contacts. And that rocked my world. And especially talking to people, they're like, "You okay?" Because I don't talk about it much on my podcast, but I am a huge Power Ranger fan. I like the Japanese variations, which is Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, those kind of things. But I grew up with the Power Rangers, and with the passing of Jason David Frank, and now there's not much that I know about his personal life. I never had the chance to meet him. I remember one of the conventions that I went to. I was trying to meet him, and then I don't really know what the actual reasoning was, but he couldn't make it for a reason. And that's okay. But he's somebody that I supported when he was doing the MMA stuff. And so he was a pretty influential with the young me. And I'm glad that I have people close to me who's like, I can't imagine what you're going through, especially since these people know my advocacy about suicide is not an answer, and my bout, and with my depression, and it was rough, and I know I'm not the only one who felt the same, but he was a father, he was a mentor, he was somebody who was pretty influential, and I don't know what would cause, but it doesn't take much if you struggle with that. Sometimes your voices get loud enough and you just go through it. And it's not easy. It's rough. And I know a lot of people have it much worse than I do. But I just... It really leaves me speechless because... he was 49 years old. Which... kind of leaves me unsettled, and me being 35, and age is irrelevant, but yeah, so people who struggle with celebrity death, which sometimes they affect me, but I wish everybody a wonderful, happy time. I try to live the best life possible. And I want to thank a few people who on Thanksgiving reached out to me just to say thank you, and that they appreciate me, and that they were just thinking about me and my well-being, because I was alone, and I was just dealing with my struggles, and so that was kind and very appreciative. I mainly slept on Thursday. Yesterday, which was Friday, slept a lot. Still not feeling the best, but feeling a little bit better. So this episode is going to have many different chapters. Chapter 1 being suicide. Because I kind of want to leave on a happier note. And I do want to revisit this topic. And most of all the other hard topics. I want to revisit them. But I need to be in the right mindset. And that mindset is not today. But I did want to, talk about this. Because to me, it is important. And I know I reached out to a few people who were also huge Power Ranger fans, especially them rewatching. Up until and they mentioned that they were close to the miniseries with the Green Ranger, and I talking to them, I basically said, no, you should absolutely continue watching and celebrate his life and heal and try it out. There's nothing wrong with emotion, and they understood where I came from, and they sent me one of the Power Rangers movies, which I watched, and it was good to see that movie again. Very fun. So that's the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2. We are going to talk about WWE Survivor Series, which is tonight. And I like WWE. So these are the predictions for WWE Survivor Series wargames. And the matches are Nikki Team Belair, which is Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and Becky Lynch, versus Team Bayley. That's Damage Control, which is Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, with Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley. And that's the women's wargame match. I want Team Bayley. Yeah, I want Team Bayley to win that wargames match. That should be fun. The next match is the Brawling Brutes, which is Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens, versus the Bloodline, which is Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, and the Usos, Jay and Jimmy Uso, with Paul Heyman, who's their manager, for the men's wargame match. And I think it's going to be the Bloodline. I think that's going to be my prediction. Then you have the next match, which is the singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey, who's the champion, versus Shotzi. And I want Shotzi to win. I think that would be a good thing. The next match is a singles match. It's AJ Styles with the OC. That is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson and Mia Yim, versus Finn Balor, with the Judgment Day, which is Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. And I want AJ Styles to win. I like Finn Balor, but I'm going with my gut. I'm going with AJ Styles. And the next match, which is the last match that the card has for tonight, and it is the triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship. And that's the champion Seth freaking Rollins versus Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. And I want Austin Theory to win the match and the championship. I think that would be fun and something to go off of, and it would be nice, in my humble opinion. So that is my prediction for WWE Survivor Series War Games. And so that's chapter 2. Again, I'm trying new things to make this week's episode a little bit better. And I'm not doing the best mentally and physically. And having just, it's gonna be a Saturday, and that's okay. Because I have my good days and I have my bad days, and I like being honest. And it's the best thing. Sometimes the best honesty is just doing the best you can. And just love life. Build people up, not tear them down. Because it's very easy to tear people down. And watch what you say to people, how you treat people, because you never know what people are going through or dealing with. And you may say something that you may upset them, you may knock them down a peg, and you may not mean to, but try and treat everybody with the best respect, and be thoughtful of what you say, because people who immediately make a choice, it might not be what you want to actually say in the moment, because it's just something that may not be exactly what you want to say or how you want to word it. Because yeah, I'm terrible with words. And the thing that I want to say may not come out the right way. Especially with with anxiety or whatever may be going on. So I may say something that are just me throwing out things that are going through my mind that hasn't actually been processed. Because, words, trying to formulate good structure of ways to say things properly. The talent I don't have. And I don't like being lied to. I don't like being broken promised. I don't like being a fool. And that seems to happen a lot. And I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. And it's been a rough week, especially in the news and many things that is going around and going on. And just trying to be the best me as possible. But I'm glad that I have a way to I have a way to try and get things off my chest, or being able to talk about certain subjects that people have different opinions on, or say whatever they may think about. That's okay. People's opinions, even if they if they are different from mine, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I may not like it, but again, sometimes that is the best conversation in the world. Is having different opinions. I'm glad that I'm able to, kind of ramble. People may not like me when I talk about wrestling. Well, that's okay. I like talking about wrestling. And each week I sit in my chair, I talk into my microphone, trying to find ways to bring people into the realm of mental health from somebody who suffers from many mental illnesses. And it's hard. It takes so much courage, which I am so proud of myself to be able to talk about the stuff that really matter to me. And, it is coping with life. I'm coping as much as I can. The good, the bad. And luckily, that's me. In a way, trying to make myself laugh, or just the highs and lows. And I started this episode talking about Jason David Frank. And you know, I'm that was hard for me to deal with. But I also wanted to lift people up and lift myself up and talk about Survivor Series wargames, which is tonight, because it is Saturday, and I like Saturday, and this episode goes up on Saturdays. So I hope you're well. And you know, I never know what my episodes are going to be anymore. It depends on it really depends of where I'm at, and for me, as of right now, it's I'm having issues with a lot of okay. I'm just having a lot of issues, trying to either calm my brain down or just finding a nice balance. And that's what I struggle with. And I'm glad that you're here joining me for the ride. Thank you for being there for me. I'm grateful for everyone who listens to me on a weekly basis. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. Another thing that I want to bring up. I don't edit these. If you're new here, I don't edit these podcasts. Depending of if it's an hour or 45 minutes before noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, because it takes me a little while to do everything to actually upload it to the main podcasting service, and then it goes out on the RSS feed to get everywhere. But I don't edit my podcast, and one of the major reasons why is because I'm real. I am in person, and being disabled, having mental illnesses, having lots of challenges, I want to show people, real time how my mind works. I've mentioned it before, but I have I can't do math at this point. That gives me a headache. But I've done well over this is why I don't. It's because my mind wants to think, and I'm trying really hard not to have silence. If it happens, well, it happens. But I want to, people who are struggling or get frustrated, you're not alone. And for, the normal people out there who, life is great. Nothing goes wrong in your life. That's awesome. And yet you may know somebody who's struggling and wants somebody who is in my shoes, who I'm talking in circles trying to find the right words. It's not easy for me. And so sometimes I have my good days, sometimes I have my bad days, and I have my scatterbrain days, and that's this. My brain, I want to try many different things. I let my emotions be free. And doing these episodes is very exhausting. And I'm glad that I have an outlet, and I'm glad that I can open myself more occasionally and let the new people who they don't want to go through the back catalog of the episodes, and then there's people that do, and that's okay. So if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody, and I want everybody's dreams come true. I hope everybody's happy, even if it seems like happiness is not attainable. But don't let anybody dim your light. I think it goes back to what I said earlier today. That people suffer many battles that you never know. And mental health is very important, and nobody is immune to mental illness and the battles that life brings. And being able to be open, be honest, and just trying to live the best life possible. So no, I don't edit these podcasts. And I like it that way because you get me as raw as possible. And I have many ideas. I have, I have goals that I want to achieve. I have, topics that I want to talk about or touch on or go back to. But, if I'm not mentally right, I'm not mentally right to talk about things. Because even after I'm done with an episode, I'm still going to be dwelling, I'm still going to be thinking about things, and it does. It takes a toll. But I'm happy that I can show people that I'm okay, and also hoping that you're okay as well, and wherever you are in the world, whatever you're trying to do, you know, you're doing an amazing job. Even if you don't think you're doing a good job, it takes a lot to get out of your comfort zone. And one of the things that I have an issue with my podcast that is a me thing, I kind of want to be consistent in, length of episodes, but that's not as of right now, that's not something that is attainable. Because some days I don't want to talk much. Some days I'm not feeling well. Sometimes there's things out of my control. But I don't I want to get better at things. And we're also getting to the couple months that I don't like. That bad things always happen. And kind of been going through that in, November, going to December, which I don't like December. I don't like January, I don't like February. Just that those, it's hard to get through these months. And I'm glad that people are there for me, but it is a struggle, trying to get through just these couple months, and there are brighter days coming. I look forward to them, and you just have to chug along and continue pushing forward. And I try and find I try to find the best ways to go forward. And I try to find the best solution, and sometimes it's not. And just I know these are broken thoughts, and I do apologize, but it takes a while for, my brain to exactly get to what I want to say. But I know what I want to say. It's just hard to get it from brain all the way to spoken word. There's a lot of stutters, stammers, roadblocks that things just come out wrong. And I'm just grateful that my goal is to try and help people. But I also do this for myself. I'm trying to throw things out there and help me. And it's just one of those things where I never know week to week of what's going on. And that's okay. And I like recording on Saturdays. I don't think that's going to change. And, excuse me. Sorry. But there's a lot of things in the world that can shake me and get me off of kilter. And I just wanted to open up more. And maybe you're struggling. Maybe, whatever it may be. But thank you so much for listening. And I am very grateful. I don't know what next week is going to bring. And that's okay. It is the journey into the unknown. And I'm hopefully next week will be better. And sorry. I'm words are escaping me, and I'm talking into circles. But thank you. Much appreciated. And love the people in your life. Tell your family you love them. Tell the people you care about you love them, that they matter to you. Because when they're gone, they're gone. It sucks. It's really hard to formulate words when when people no longer there. It leaves an empty space. There might be something that happens in your life where you really wish you could share with those people. And then it pains you that they're not there anymore. And just love the people in life because, spread the love, spread the joy. I'm gonna go for this week. I'm glad that you hopefully learn more, or maybe you've heard this again, because I think I did this earlier in a different episode. I don't quite remember, but thank you. I love you all. This is Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I am your host, Scott. Love you all. I bid you adieu.